What's going on, guys? I'm Dylan.
And I'm Travis.
We're the 406 boys back again with another video. And today, this is episode 5 of 406 Boys HauntTober.
I think there's an evil parasite living inside your ear.
Alright, well, this is episode 5, and we are diving into now our 10 best horror movie remakes of all time.
And just to clarify, a lot of them don't have to be better than the original, just have to be at least good movies on their own.
Yeah, so these are our top 10 picks for best horror movie remakes of all time. If you guys have any of your best horror movie remakes of all time, comment them down below. We would love to hear them, and let's get right into it.
The first one on our list is the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
Once again, not better than the original film, because I think the biggest thing is that the remake kind of lost what the original point was of the original, basically being that people are in a zombie state or whatever.
I agree.
For day-to-day life or whatever, especially in shopping malls. But it's pretty good overall. I
like the gore for sure.
Yeah, it's intense at times, and it's decent as its own standalone zombie film. The next one is Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Francis Ford Coppola remake of Dracula. Not better than the original, though I will respect for it basically sticking as close to the novel as humanly possible. And I think this is one of the closest adaptations to the novel. Overall, lots of great practical effect. The look of Dracula in his first form is kind of goofy looking, but I respect some of the individual stuff. I think the biggest thing that I can think of that wasn't all that great is Keanu Reeves trying to do a British accent. Never again. Let Me In is the next film.
Yep.
I did like the film. I didn't even know that this was a remake until later on when I saw this, but I liked it for as it was, I feel, a different look at the vampire lore.
Yeah.
And how this vampire basically needs a companion, essentially, to feed her every time.
Yep.
But the partner she chooses ages out, essentially. And so it seems like a kind of a more grounded vampire romance story.
I agree.
The next one is going to be the 1970s remake, the first remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because there's like a million Invasion of the Body Snatchers remake. But I think the one in the 70s was probably the best remake. I think might even be a little better than
I would have
the
to
original.
agree.
I like the original film. I think the original film had some great stuff into it.
I think the original is one of those ones that falls under a classic.
Yeah. The remake, on the other hand, I think captures the paranoia a little better than this one.
Yeah. I would have to agree, definitely.
The next one is going to be The Ring, the 2002 version, The Ring.
Yep. I remember first seeing this movie, I was fairly young. I was probably middle school when I saw this, probably 8th grade. Ish when I saw this movie for the first time, and I was actually terrified when I saw this movie.
And I think the big thing is I like how it has a deliberate slow burn to it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I did not know this was a remake until a little later, and I still would like to check out Ringu, the original Japanese version.
If you haven't seen any of the Japanese versions of, like, The Ring or The Grudge or anything like that, I've seen Ju-on.
I will say that
you need to watch it.
The original Japanese Grudge is actually better than the remake.
It's crazy good.
The next one I would say that I liked is the 2013 remake or reimagining, reboot, whatever you want to call it, of Evil Dead.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
I think it captured the original essence of the original film,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
dialed everything to 12.
Yeah, I
Especially
definitely
with
agree.
the violence. It does not
Yeah.
hold back on the violence on this one.
Definitely, it does not.
And is actually kind of intense for the most part. And though there isn't as much funny parts in it, which could be a little off-putting, got to remember that the original film was not really a comedy either.
Yeah.
So for what it was a decent enough remake.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up on the list is gonna sound weird to some people, but Evil Dead 2. What I like, oddly enough, the sequel to Evil Dead is actually more of a remake because it retells the whole event of the first film, but basically does stuff that they couldn't do before because of the limited budget.
Yeah.
But Stephen King loved the first one so much, he basically gave Sam Raimi and the crew so much money to work what they were able to do whatever they wanted.
Yep.
And what we got was a very zany, balls to the wall action or horror comedy that once it gets starting, it just doesn't stop. It never lets go until the end, and is vastly entertaining.
Definitely.
Next up on the list is going to be the 2020 remake or whatever readaptation of The Invisible Man.
I'll say this movie far succeeded my expectations of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
This actually turned out to be a very decent movie.
What I like the most about it is the fact that it took the idea of the Invisible Man and basically switched it to where it could fit into to modern society or whatever, where instead the Invisible Man was more of an allegory of abusive relationships that because people see the outside of someone being a decent guy, but behind closed doors the person is an asshole. And how essentially it's about gaslighting because you can tell someone that they're this way, but it's like, well, what are you talking about? This person's a nice guy.
Exactly. And I just really like the suspense of the movie and all that, and it just overall really passed my expectations of the whole movie.
The next one is going to be It, especially It Chapter 1.
And this is another one that really far exceeded my expectations.
I liked the original film, but as time went on, it became more funny than scary. This one annihilated the original out of the water.
Yeah, and I hate the people that say that Tim Curry are bashing Bill Skarsgård, because actually I read an interview that Tim Curry actually said that Skarsgård was a far better Pennywise,
or at least said that's about to be challenged,
or that it's about to be challenged, and the way that Skarsgård imagined or took into place Pennywise was just so.
I kind of like the playful, kind of childlike side.
That's what I liked, yeah.
While being somewhat creepy or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. And there were some things, obviously, there's some things in a lot of movies I don't like, but
the kids' dynamics is way more believable and way more entertaining than this
I would have to agree. I like this movie a lot.
Finally, the last bit is one that I saw recently. John Carpenter's The Thing. Everyone knew that was going to be number one. And the only reason why I would not have made it number one is because I didn't see it. I saw it, so here we are.
Yep.
What I love about this film especially is the blatant paranoia throughout this one.
Yeah, it gives you that sense of like what's gonna happen next kind of feeling.
The best thing is that I saw this movie for the first time in a theater on the 40th anniversary. And I took my mother and sister to it because they, I think you saw it some other time.
Yeah.
But I took them. They have seen no clips whatsoever of the movie. I at least knew what was coming for the most part. The reaction was really genuine. Like at the point where they actually told me that they were stressed out the entire time because they did not know who was actually real or not, which I thought was excellent. Because it's one of those things where it's like, if the less you know, the better type thing, because I think the fear is slightly more genuine if you do not know. And it's a shame that the movie bombed as hard as it did, but I honestly believe it is actually probably the best horror movie remake that I've seen.
I think the suspense really sets it apart from everything else. I think suspense makes a really good horror movie most of the time, depending on what kind of horror movie it is, but suspense really sets apart a really good horror movie. So that was our top 10 best or favorite horror movie remakes of all time. I think it went pretty well. If you guys like this video and you want to see more videos like this video, be prepared for Friday. We might have a special HauntTober episode.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna spoil it right now, but we might have a special HauntTober episode. I have something coming in the mail on Friday, I do believe. I hope it's coming on Friday. If not, then we will do a regular episode on Friday. But I might have something coming on Friday. If it does come on Friday, we will do that episode on Friday. I'm excited to show you guys. I already told Travis what it is. He's excited. It's something I've been wanting for a very long time. And I'm excited to show you guys, share it with you guys. If I get it after Friday, I'll do it for Monday's episode. And I'm just excited to show you guys. It's going to be awesome. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this video, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, turn on notifications so you get notified when we upload new videos. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Travis.
We're the 406boys. See ya.
Eat a spider!